Hey fifth graders, let's get ready to do some practicing of changing mixed numbers into improper fractions and improper fractions into mixed numbers. For this, you're just going to need a sheet of scrap paper and a pencil, and it's going to be kind of like when we do the whiteboard practice in class. I'll put a problem here for you, and then I'll want you to work out the problem, and you will pause me while you're working it out and then press play to see if you're correct. I have 5 where we're going to change mixed numbers into improper, and 5 where we're going to change improper into mixed numbers. So do you have a pencil and a sheet of scrap paper ready? If not, press pause. Okay, here is your first problem. I want you to change 2 3/7 into an improper fraction. So write that down, press pause, work it out, and press unpause when you're done. Or press play. I guess there's not an unpause button. Okay, so 2 3/7, I would need 7 sevenths and another 7 sevenths. So 7 times 2 is 14, plus the 3 is 17, and my denominator does not change. So again, I got this because this 2 actually means 7 sevenths plus another 7 sevenths. So that means I have this 7 twice, plus the extra 3 sevenths. So we can take our 7 times 2 plus 3 to get our 17, and our denominator doesn't change. If you have a whiteboard, you can be doing that. If not, blank paper or whatever, scrap paper you have is fine. Your next one, I'd like you to change 5 1/4 into an improper fraction. And again, we're pressing pause and press play when you're set. All right, for this one, I would have 4/4 5 times plus 1 extra fourth. So 4 times 5 is 20, plus 1 would be 21/4. And again, I got this because this 5 means I have 4/4 5 times. So instead of having to write 4/4 5 times, do you see how I'm adding the number 4 5 times? I can just do 4 times 5 plus this 1 extra. So we're just multiplying the denominator by the whole number and adding the numerator. All right, let's try another one. Let's try 6 2/3. I want you to change that into an improper fraction. And again, I will let my dog in and out of the house because she likes to go in and out of the house whenever I record a math lesson, it seems. Okay, so hopefully we did 3 times 6, which is 18. And 18 plus 2 is 20. My denominator doesn't change. And again, this happens because this 6 means 3/3 plus 3/3 plus 3/3 plus 3/3 plus 3/3 plus 3/3. It means I'm going to be adding that 3 6 times. So we can just do 3 times 6 plus the extra 2 and the 2/3. That's where the 20 comes from. And we saw in class, our denominator never changes. That's how much the whole is cut up into. All right, let's try another one. Let's try 10 7/8. Again, press pause, work it out, press play when you're done. All right, I'm gonna do 8 times 10 because I know this means I have 8/8 10 times, plus that extra 7. This will give me my numerator. So 8 times 10 is 80 plus 7 is 87. And my denominator doesn't change. So I would have 87/8. All right, last one of mixed number to improper, 8 1/6. Pause, work it out, and play. This means I have 6/6 8 times, or 6 times 8, plus that 1 extra in the 1/6. 6 times 8 is 48, plus 1 is 49, and my denominator doesn't change, so 49/6 is what you should have. All right, now I want us to go from an improper fraction to a mixed number. So we're going to change 15/7 into a mixed number. I know it's going to be a mixed number because I have more in the numerator spot than in the denominator spot. So you can pause and work this out and press play when you're done. All right, when I see 15/7, I want to figure out how many 7/7 I have in here. So when I look at this, I know that I have 7/7, and I'd have another 7/7. Because 7 plus 7 is 14. Now, in order to get 15, I'd have to add 1 7 more. So for 15/7, this means 1 whole, this means 1 whole. That means 1 plus 1 is 2, and then I have 1/7. I'm hoping you're starting to see basically the whole number is how many times 7 will go into the 15. How many groups of 7 are there in 15? That will give me the whole. And 7, 14. That means there's 2 groups of 7 with 1 left over out of 7. All right, next I have 17 thirds. We want to change that into a mixed number. Go ahead and press pause. All right, hopefully you have pressed play, not unpause. So I'm going to ask myself how many groups of 3/3 there are in 17. Or I could ask myself how many groups of 3 are in 17 to get my whole number. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. And if I did one more, I'd have 18, so that's too many. So I know I can get 5 groups of 3/3 out of 17 thirds. And I'm going to have 2 left over. So 3 times 5 is 15. 15 plus 2 is 17. That's my numerator, and our denominator never changes. So 5 2/3 is what you should have. All right, here is your next one. 20/9. Go ahead and press pause, figure it out, then press play. Okay, so I want to figure out how many times I have 9/9 within 20/9, and that will give me my whole number. So if I count up my 9s to 20, 9, 18. I can't do another one because I would go over 20. So there are 2 full groups of 9/9 in 20. Now my numerator is going to be how many extra there are to get to the 20. So 9 times that 2 is 18. There's 2 extra because 18 plus 2 is 20, and it's 9. And just in case you want to know how to check your work, because that's brilliant to do, we can check this out using our strategy and go backwards, using our strategy from changing mixed numbers to improper. 9 times 2 is 18, and 18 plus 2 is 20/9, and our denominator doesn't change. So work backwards to check it. It seems to be a common theme in math, doesn't it? Using opposite operations for things. Okay, we're almost there. We have 2 examples left to practice. So 32/5, I want to know the mixed number for that. So press pause and then press play when you have it. Okay, so how many 5/5 are there in 32? Well, 5 times 6 is 30. That means I can get 5/5 6 full times. Now 30 plus 2 is 32. So that is how many left over I will need to get to the 32. And my denominator doesn't change. So 6 2/5. And last but not least, 27/6. I would like to know the mixed number for 27/6. Press pause and then press play when you are ready. Okay, so I want to know how many 6/6 there are in 27. I can count up by 6 to 27 without going over, and I know that 6 times 4 is 24. So that means my whole number is 4. I can do 6/6 4 times. That would give me 24/6. 24 plus 3 is 27, and my denominator doesn't change. And maybe you want to step further and said 4 3/6. Well, I know that 3/6 is 1/2, so I'm going to write 4 1/2. I would accept either of these at this time. Eventually, you're going to want to give me the simplest form answer, but for now, either one is okay. I hope you enjoyed your practice time. See you soon.